A shocking question is now echoing among ARMY and global entertainment industry observers. Has Jungkook secretly joined Taehyung in Paris? This speculation does not stem merely from fans' wild imagination, but is rooted in a series of clues hidden in social media, vague posts, and unusual behavioral patterns that have sparked heated discussions across various platforms. If true, their presence together in the world's fashion capital might carry a deeper meaning beyond a private meeting. It all began when Taehyung was confirmed to be in Paris to attend a series of exclusive events with several renowned fashion houses. Taehyung's presence there was evident through several official photos released by the event organizers. However, rumors began to spread when fans noticed that in one of the circulating photos, a faint figure of a man wearing a hat and a mask was seen sitting across from Taehyung in a cafe. Although his face was not clearly visible, details such as tattooed wrists, a signature bracelet, and a familiar posture quickly sparked speculation that the man was Jungkook. The suspicion didn't stop there. It grew stronger when a local photographer shared an Instagram story, now deleted, showing the silhouette of two men walking into a luxury hotel in the Champs-Élysées area. One of them, according to some fans analyzing body movements and height, looked very similar to Jungkook. Moreover, longtime fans are very familiar with Jungkook's style, who often wears a bucket hat and mask when traveling to avoid public attention. Is this just a coincidence, or an indication that Jungkook is indeed in Paris? Suspicion peaked further when Jungkook's social media activity drastically changed. Usually quite active in posting content on Instagram or leaving short comments on Weverse, Jungkook suddenly disappeared for several days, coinciding with Taehyung's schedule in Paris. To some, this seemed like a strategy to conceal his whereabouts. However, others considered it normal, given the private schedule of a celebrity as big as Jungkook, who might need a break from the public eye. Nevertheless, in the BTS fandom world, every silence is often interpreted as a message to be read more deeply. One of the most talked about moments came from Taehyung's own post. In a photo he shared on social media, there was a table with 2 cups of coffee and an empty chair across from him. The caption of the photo read, "Timing is everything," which triggered various interpretations among fans. Some saw this merely as an artistic expression Taehyung often writes. However, many viewed it as a subtle hint about the presence of someone sitting with him but unwilling to be exposed to the public. A major Paris-based fan account also posted a report from a fan who claimed to have seen someone resembling Jungkook in an exclusive boutique. The man was said to have entered with a formally dressed staff member and was immediately directed to a VIP room. Unfortunately, no photos were taken due to strict rules in the boutique. Although no visual evidence exists, this story quickly spread among ARMY and added another layer to the already heated speculation. In addition, a short video from a rooftop party in Paris leaked on TikTok showed the silhouette of a man dancing in the distance. Although the footage was blurry, fans insisted that the man's body movements and fashion style were strikingly similar to Jungkook. A fierce debate ensued. Was this just someone else with a coincidentally similar posture, or was it really Jungkook attending the event incognito? Paris itself is not a foreign city for BTS. Previously, the members had traveled there several times for work and personal matters. However, for fans, the possibility of Jungkook and Taehyung being in Paris at the same time leaves much room for interpretation. Some believe that Jungkook's presence might be related to a secret project involving Taehyung, whether a music collaboration, fashion photo shoot, or even preparations for a global advertisement together. On the other hand, some speculate that this could simply be a private moment between 2 friends wanting to enjoy time together away from the public spotlight. Another fact adding dimension to this rumor is Taehyung's post with the caption, "Wish you were here," at an iconic Paris location. The caption triggered double interpretations. Was he expressing longing for someone who hadn't come yet, or was it a sweet hint understood only by a certain person? Fans who support the theory of Jungkook's presence interpreted this as a code that the person he meant was actually already in Paris with him. Regardless of whether the rumor is true, the speculation about Jungkook's presence in Paris has created a massive wave of emotion among ARMY. Some feel warmth imagining their closeness, while others demand stronger evidence before believing the narrative. Some senior fans remind everyone that BTS has a long history of fiercely guarding their privacy. If Jungkook is indeed in Paris, then the decision not to show himself to the public might be part of an effort to maintain the personal space that has long been hard for them to find. Phenomena like this prove how much attention every move of BTS members gets, especially regarding interactions with one another. In the modern entertainment world, the presence of two megastars in the same city is enough to trigger waves of theories and lengthy analysis. For many, this is more than just gossip. It reflects an endless affection and curiosity toward idols who have profoundly impacted their lives. Although there has been no confirmation or concrete evidence to strengthen the theory that Jungkook is in Paris with Taehyung, this puzzle seems destined to remain a hot topic within the ARMY community. Every tiny detail, from social media posts to vague fan reports, becomes a puzzle piece that millions of watchful eyes are trying to piece together. And until there is a clear answer, one big question will continue to hang in the air. Did Jungkook really join Taehyung in Paris? Or is this all just a coincidence, too perfect to ignore? Yet amidst this flood of speculation, a fundamental question arises that we should ask together. Did Jungkook truly and secretly join Taehyung in Paris? Or is this narrative merely a construction by media and fandom hungry for sensational stories? As readers and fans, have we jumped to conclusions too quickly based on fragmented pieces of information that may not even be accurate? Let's return to the facts. To this moment, there is no clear visual evidence truly showing Jungkook in Paris. All the circulating evidence consists of interpretations of blurry photos, silhouette videos, and vague posts analyzed in detail by fans. Is it possible that we are too caught up in confirmation bias, believing only what we want to believe because this narrative feels compelling? Or is there indeed a pattern deliberately hidden by certain parties to protect the privacy of these two major stars? We must also remember that much of the circulating information comes from social media such as TikTok, YouTube, Twitter, and various other platforms. Is it fair for us to treat these sources as absolute grounds for belief? In today's digital era, photos and videos can easily be manipulated, while narratives can be crafted to spark attention and discussion. So, how likely is it that the Jungkook and Taehyung in Paris issue is merely a viral strategy played by certain individuals? On the other hand, it's undeniable that BTS, as a global phenomenon, is always the center of attention. Every move the members make is observed under a magnifying glass by millions of eyes worldwide. In this context, could the narrative of this secret meeting have emerged from a collective need among fans to keep connecting the members even while they focus on solo activities? Have we unconsciously created expectations for such interactions because we miss their togetherness? It's important to remember that there's nothing wrong with fans' love and enthusiasm. However, we must also ask ourselves, to what extent should we trust unverified stories? Could we be trapped in a vortex of hoaxes created merely to generate clicks and media attention? If that's true, aren't we as news consumers also complicit in amplifying this sensationalism? If we look carefully, every piece of information about Jungkook's alleged presence in Paris is always accompanied by phrases like allegedly, looked similar, or possibly. Not one report explicitly states that Jungkook was clearly seen with Taehyung. Shouldn't such words serve as a warning for us to hold back before drawing conclusions? Are we letting ourselves drift in a wordplay designed to sustain our curiosity? Additionally, we must ask, who benefits the most if rumors like this continue to spread? Does it benefit the media that gets thousands of clicks and interactions? Could it also benefit certain parties in the entertainment industry who may want to maintain their artists' relevance amid the global flood of information? Or is this all just a coincidence that certain attention-hungry parties have exploited? These kinds of questions should be an essential part of how we consume news, especially stories about public figures as big as BTS. We need to sharpen our critical thinking skills to avoid becoming victims of information manipulation. Are we willing to wait for a legitimate clarification, or will we continue letting ourselves be swept away in a storyline that may never have happened? It's worth emphasizing that this article rearranges pieces of information from various media sources, including platforms like TikTok, YouTube, Twitter, and several entertainment news portals.